Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining today. Before we go further, a little bit about me. I am Denish Tomar, and welcome to my talk. And my talk is dashboards are not dramas anymore. So let's start. Have you ever been right in the middle of debugging a critical production issue? And when suddenly you get a message from someone in finance saying, hey, our cloud bill just increased by $5,000. What happened? Yeah, that sinking feeling isn't pleasant, right? All of a sudden, you are not just trying to fix the problem, you are also stressed about how much monitoring tools you are using might be cost while you are solving it. Now, in theory, monitoring our system should be straightforward. Ideally, it gives us clear visibility to catch issues before users do, help us quickly debug problems when they occur, give us insight into our system performance, and also help us plan capacity needs. And sometimes shows stakeholders that everything's running smoothly. Sound reasonable, doesn't it? But the reality in most cloud environment is quite different. We often end up in what I called the monitoring fear cycle. As you can see in this slide, which looks something like we deploy a new service and set up basic monitoring. Then an incident happens. And when we realize our visibility isn't enough, so we add more metrics, logs, tracing, but then cloud will spike unexpectedly. So someone from finance team asks us to cut costs. So we scale back monitoring. But again another incident happen and we back to the square one. This cycle repeats again. And this ain't just third. I personally seen this happen. A team I work with built great dashboards for their service. They tracking everything from response time and error rates to database transformation. But as their service grew from 10 to 50, their monitoring cost increased dramatically. Eventually, they had to delete many dashboards and sample their metrics at only 10% to manage costs. Yeah. So there are some points of practical impact. First one is self-censorship. Engineering don't create the dashboards they need because they're afraid of costs. Second one is delayed detentions. Those go unnoticed longer because we are not collecting the right data we want. Third one is blind debugging. Sometimes when problem occur, we lack the visibility to solve them quickly. Fourth one, crisis monitoring. We only turn on the full monitoring during emergencies, which is exactly when we don't need extra stress. Fifth one is knowledge gap. New team member never learn to use observability tool because it seems as a scarce resources. Let me show you how this play out in a typical incident response. For example, consider how this play out in a typical incident. As you can see in this slide, at 10 a.m., users report slowness, but there are no early warning. By 10:15, the team start looking at basic metrics, but they have no idea. And then they request permission to enable details monitoring, which only happen at after 30 minutes. After waiting another 30 minutes for data, they finally pinpoint the database bottleneck at 11:15 a.m. So resolve the issue by after 15 minutes. But the next day, monitoring is scaled back down again to save cost. Like nearly 2 hours of impact, mostly just wasting for visibility. It's not just incident. Everyday development suffers too. I have seen many developers avoid adding essential custom metrics because it needs management approvals. Team often settle for generic dashboards that don't match their needs. Historical data is quickly deleted, making then spotting trends impossible. Logging levels are set so high, so they miss valuable debugging information also. All because of cost concern. That's not right. I also once watched a senior engineer spend 3 hours optimizing monitoring just to save $200 per month. A clear misuse of valuable time. And worst of all, these costs are unpredictable. Sometimes it's 200, sometimes it's 300, sometimes it's 500. These are unpredictables. Traffic spikes or bug unexpectedly inhale your monitoring bills overnight. So exactly why is monitoring so expensive? It boils down to how cloud platform observability typically works. First, agent collect your data from servers, then send it off to the central collection services. Data is stored, indexed, and run queries through the dashboards alert. This is and so this architecture create four separate cost drivers. First one is data transfer, moving data from your instance to monitoring service, which is cost money, especially across different regions or to the different third-party tools. Second one is ingest processing, parsing, transforming, and indexing monitoring. Data require more compute resources. And third one is storage, keeping your data available for queries, especially at higher resolutions. And last one is query cost. Sometimes providers even charge for your accessing your own data, which is not correct. These cost structure force us to build compromised monitoring system. As you can see in the slide, how much code we have to write to get some little bit idea, and also how much it is complex. And another one you can see is the setup alerting. This is also too much complex to just set up an alert, a simple task. So what's the alternative? The key is making observability a built-in feature for your infrastructure, but not expensive add-on. In a fixed cost cloud model, monitoring become part of the platform. Metrics, logs, and tracing are collected automatically without additional charge. There are no data transfer fees, retention periods are predictable and included. And querying your data doesn't extra charge. So that's the good way. Yeah. So let me show you what this look like with Cumulus, a fixed cost cloud platform I have working with. As you can see in the dashboard slide, which you create a server, dashboards covering CPU, memories, disk, I/O, and network performance, and more with 30 days of high resolution historical data. There are no setup, no additional cost, and no complicated pricing. That's look good. Yeah. Also look logs work similarly. Again, without not worrying about the charges. Here's the difference between make in the real world incident management. At 10 a.m., monitoring catches issue immediately, then firing an early alert. Within minutes, detailed metrics are accessible and allow team to quickly identify a database connection issue. By after 10 minutes, the issue is fully resolved. Immediately afterward, the team easily create an additional data board to track this scenario better, all without cost worries. This means the issue is resolved in 25 minutes instead of nearly 2 hours waiting for to get some ideas. Reducing and this will also reduce stress and improving outcomes. Ultimately, observability shouldn't be something we fear. It should be something we rely on every day. Whether you are exploring like platform or rethinking your current setup, the goal should be clear. After all, you can't fix what you can't see, and you'll never look if you are scared of the pills. So, thanks so much. Thank you so much. As this is a pre-recorded session. So, if you have any questions or any doubt regarding this talk or want to chat about new tech or developer problems, feel free to ping me up on the LinkedIn or Twitter. And these are my handles. So, bye bye. Thank you, everyone.